Hello, I'm Kirsty Cowell and I am the author and the illustrator of the How to Train Your Dragon books and the Wizards Once series, and I'm also the current Waterstones Children's Laureate. I've just got back from holiday and so exciting. Waiting for me was an advance copy of the last Wizards of Once book, Never and Forever. The book doesn't publish until the 17th of September. But authors and illustrators get early copies, so I thought it would be fun, because I'm so excited about this book, to show you some of the inside illustrations. Lots of people don't know this, but I do all the illustrations as well as the writing, and I'm so proud of how this book has turned out. It's what I'm particularly proud of. I work with my wonderful designer Sam Perrott on the book, and we work very closely together. I draw the illustrations and then Sam scans them in, and then he often does some sort of special effects on top of things to work on top of the illustrations, and so we work together to put them into the book. So starting off with the cover, I'm so pleased with this cover. Look how shiny. I always think that books should look like sweets, not Brussels sprouts. So I love how shiny this cover is. And then when you open up the cover, you get this feeling of this snowy world inside. And Sam has put the heroes there in this warmy brown, and then the snowy world that they're living in, the cold snowy world. Can you see the snow drifting through that blue? And then underneath, I love this, underneath you have this beautiful wibbling, love is greater than witches, it says, and on the back it says, and true love lasts forever. And that's a heart reforming, and if you've read the books before, you'll know why that's important, the significance of that. So I just think it's a lovely object. I'm so grateful for Hachette Children's for creating these lovely objects, because books should be a lovely object, and it feels like something you want to pick up and you want to get into. And then we're setting the scene a lot with the illustration. So at the beginning, Wish and Xar and Bodkin are at the bottom of this mine called the Mine of Happiness, which is not very happy at all. And you can see how with the black background, we're making you feel the weight of the earth and how far the children are down in the earth. And you can just see Bodkin there. It's a bad moment. He's thinking they might be lost. And these kind of illustrations that I'm doing here are really sort of mood and setting the tone. I do quite a lot of illustrations, which different types of illustrations, because these are quite scribbly and emotional. That's another bad moment when they realise that Bodkin is stuck. And this is a bit more of a scribbly type illustration, and lots of emotion on the faces of the characters. And those ones are often action-y illustrations, and they're cutting through the text and making it feel exciting and emotional. But other illustrations, you're really trying to make you feel like you're there, like this is Drood High Command at the Lake of the Lost. So with those kind of illustrations, and other ones like these, this is a big fight with one of the giants at the end of the book. I'm putting a lot of detail into those illustrations. They're a different type of illustration, because they're trying to make you feel as if you actually are there and you're in that fight. And notice how Sam has overlaid that fighting giant with the snow, because the fight is taking place in the middle of a big snowstorm. So there's a lot going on in the illustrations in telling the emotional story and making the kid feel like this really could happen, and this could be real. And so that's why I also put in the spelling book pages, I always put, I try and extend the world by putting in these pages of the spelling book, so that the child feels that, who's reading it, feels that this really might be a world that exists. Hang on, so I'll put in, this is the spelling book pages. I'll put in different species of dragons, like gob trolls and knockers. Those are knockers who haunt mines. so that the child feels, look, this world extends beyond the page. And right at the end, the epilogue, there's a very stern note saying, anyone who has skipped to the end, to this epilogue, before reading the rest of the story is a big cheat and should go right back to chapter 1. Or I will get quite shirty. And that's because I think everybody's going to want to find out who the narrator is, which you do find out at the end of the book. So that's me showing you a sneak peek into the illustrations of my new book, Wizards of Once, Never, Forever. I'm so proud of this book.